Hi guys. So it's been a little over a year, or a year to be exact, depending on when I release this video, that I've been somewhat consistent on YouTube. You know, looking back, I couldn't help but notice the changes in my videos. And so I've put together some of the things that I changed, some of the things that I began to do differently, that I believe really contributed to, you know, my videos getting better. And in this video, I'm going to be sharing some of them with you, and hopefully one or two might be what, you know, might be missing from your own videos that might take your videos to the next level. Backgrounds, you know, I tried different setups, you know, especially trying to keep my background to be, you know, filmmaking inclined, since I'm a filmmaker, you know, and I felt like, hey, my background should, you know, speak to me being a filmmaker. But with the space that I had, I got to a point and I said, you know what, screw it, I'm just going to stick to the basics. You know, I'm going to be a filmmaker as opposed to trying to make myself look like one. And you know, one of the first rules of having a good background is depth, you know, having space. Depth is very important, and you know, that's how I pretty much, you know, ended up with this setup. It's still not perfect, it can be a lot better. This side of the frame is still pretty much empty. I haven't figured out how or what I can put there, because again, it's my space. I'm trying to manage the space, and so, you know, it became a whole lot better and more efficient, which leads me to the next point, you know, efficiency. You need to have a setup that enables you to be up and filming as quickly as possible. If you have to start setting up lights and cameras, and of course you would have to do that to a little bit of an extent, but if you already have a setup, so it's all a matter of just put the camera, just put the light, turn it on, and you're good to go. That helps, because then you get to now focus more on the content of your video and your performance on camera, as opposed to spending or using half of your energy setting up your lights and focusing on the look and the aesthetics of your shot, and then the remaining 50% is what you now actually use to make the video, because content is king. All right, content is king. No matter how beautiful your shots may be and all of that, if the content that you're giving is not of value, I'm sorry, nobody will watch your videos for very long. And you know, speaking about having like a template already set, after a while, you need to have a system. Your videos need to have the same elements. So over time, having these elements in the form of a template or a project or a timeline, it really helps to speed up the edit, as opposed to trying to now bring them in and all of that. Everything is already set. Of course, every video you do will be different, and some of the things that you might need to put in some videos might definitely be different than the others, but there will still be some things that are consistent across all your videos. So having these things already in a timeline, in a project that you open, that's like a template project, and then every new project you use that template, it really speeds up the time, because by the time you have this template, you are now saving time on doing these redundant things, and then you can now focus on actually editing your video and making it as good as possible. And this is probably now going to lead me to another point, which is, please edit your videos, because this is something I see with people. You just put some text in the intro, put some text in the outro, and then you just leave the video to play all through. Come on, edit your videos. Those silent spaces in between where you're not talking, those cut those out. All right, it looks like a lot of work, but yes, it is. That's the price of making an engaging video and making a good video. All right, if you like this content, please take a moment to subscribe and drop a comment. Thank you. The next one would be using the software called Notion. All right, you know, Ali Abdal convinced me on this one, and the first time I used it, I did not like it. I wasn't familiar with the user interface, especially because I was coming from Evernote. Evernote is a similar organizing software, but after a while, I really got a hang of it, and it has really helped. Now you might be saying, okay, how is that supposed to help the quality of my video? Well, I research and script every single video that I do. Even this one that I'm talking to you, there is a script right here that I'm looking at. There are lots of ideas that you have. You don't know which one is going to be worth turning into a video, which one has enough value to give. And you know, I travel, I do other projects. So Notion really helps me to keep all of that organized. It helps me to organize my thoughts. It helps me to organize my research, even in terms of scheduling, drawing up a calendar, knowing what are the videos that need to be posted, when they need to be posted, and It basically keeps you organized. You know, it brings up all that chaos that should or could have been going on in your head and puts it down in a very organized format that can help you sift through and pretty much implement, you know, your ideas. It may not even be Notion that you decide to use, but you really need to try using a form of organizing and productivity software. Speaking of scripting and researching everything that I do, like I said, there is a script right here, just off camera, all right? I stopped using teleprompters. Teleprompters are good. Teleprompters are great. Whenever I need to do a video that I need to pass some really concrete information and I need to be very concise, I use teleprompters. And I used teleprompters in the beginning for some of my videos. But the problem was I began to, not just something I noticed, but some close friends of mine who gave me feedback on my work. Tayo, Edima, sorry if I'm forgetting your name, but these two people have constantly given me feedback. They confirmed it. I also noticed it. My personality wasn't coming through whenever I was using a teleprompter, because I mean, I'm focused on trying to get all the things that I'm seeing said before they scroll up, which wasn't very good. And I noticed that the videos where my personality came through tended to do better than the ones that I used teleprompter for. So I stopped using teleprompters, and that helped. I still have my notes, I still script them, but what I do is I do them in paragraphs. So because I'm saying them in paragraphs, as I'm talking, if something should hit me, some piece of humor or something should happen, it's very easy for me to infuse it into what I'm saying, as opposed to when I'm having to read every single line. And that's it. You know, hopefully you've been able to grab one or two tips that might be the solution that you've been looking for, the solution that's going to take your video to the next level. Check out the other videos on my channel. It's a wealth of knowledge. Subscribe if you haven't. Believe me, you won't regret it. You would thank me. Anyway, you are thanking me by subscribing to my channel, and I will see you on the next one. Bye for now.